right, hold on, let me make sure all this shit is working, you feel me? Let me make sure everything is on. Alright, looks like it's on. Looks like we are good. So what's good, people? What's poppin'? It's your boy Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. It's late as hell. It's not that late. It's like 11:45 p.m. while I'm recording this. And people are actually up. What's going on? Garen, what up? Demilioa? I'm not getting you guys' names right. Damn, I just started. Y'all calling in shit. What's going on, yo? Who's this? Hello? Oh, see, niggas is calling and hanging up. But anyway, so what's good, people? So today I'm going to talk about, I don't know how long I'm going to be on here because it's late, but I know in other places, if you're in other time zones, it's probably not that late. But over here in Brooklyn, it's 11:45. So we're going to get it popping. But anyway, we're going to be talking about how fear affects your game. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to be talking about that shit. Because a lot of dudes is scared as fuck out this bitch. You understand? And it's affecting your game heavy. But before we get into all that, remember, guys, make sure you go to MrLocario.com. Get How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day, the ebook or the hard copy. And I got a few of these left, so make sure you get these because I'm going to have to order some more. So shout out to all the people that got it. Also, make sure you guys sign up for the 30-minute game sessions. That's when you go to MrLocario.com and you sign up for those. Also, make sure you guys join the Patreon. Okay, go to MrLocario.com/Patreon. I mean, actually, I'm fucking bugging out. It's Patreon.com/MrLocario. What I'm talking about. And then you go there and you sign up for the Patreon. Because if you sign up for the Patreon, you get to hear all the Bad Boy Show episodes. Okay, so, you know, shout out to all the people who are on the Patreon right now getting all the game. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they were like, yo, man, how come I can't hear the Bad Boy Show? And I'm like, dude, go to the Patreon and sign up. You understand? And we got the cheapest price is $10. Okay, so you guys can you know, make that happen. Because if you're not on it, you're gonna miss out on the game. Plus, I'm doing exclusive audios or videos on the Patreon that's only gonna be on Patreon. So there's gonna be certain things that you can't see unless you're on the Patreon. So make sure you go to Patreon.com/Mr. Locario and get that. You feel me? So what's up, people? What's going on? The calling number is 646-481-3901. So we got up in here. We got my dude Ojani. What's good, bro? Roy Williams was good. Demil Ola. That's the name, right? Sigma Male was good. Kenwood Drive. Garen Peters was up. All right, let me take this call real quick. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
What up, Lowe's? Cool from North Carolina, bro. What's good?
What's going on with you?
Chilling, bro. Shit, man. Just had my first week of college and shit, man.
Alright.
Everything was smooth. Everything looking smooth, but yeah. Shit. I forgot what I was about to say.
Oh, come on, man. You know you can't be forgetting. Go ahead. What's up with you?
Yeah. What I was about to say was, since, you know what I'm saying, I've been looking at the videos, I'm able to pick up on social cues more.
Right.
Like, say for instance, forgive me, I'm a little bit nerdy, but you know what I'm saying, I'm learning. But what's going on is, basically, I'm in a...
What happened?
By.
You like, wait, hold on.
Yeah,
You're saying you're having problems picking up on social cues, right? Is that what you said?
Right.
Okay. And go ahead now. Go on. Keep going.
Yeah, it's that, and it's like I'm in trouble. I wouldn't say in trouble. I'm lacking in confidence.
So you're you're lacking in confidence.
Feel like a girl is giving me the signs. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me.
So I guess here.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to hear you, bro. You sounded real low and real slow on here, man. I'm trying to help you out. You got to speak up. You got to speak clear. You got to do all that. So, it's what you said. You say you're lacking in confidence. Is that what you said?
Right. But, what's the first step? To breaking out of that, and I guess being more assertive and taking action more, because it's easier to
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. Hold on. This is the thing. And this is what I try to explain to you guys, a lot of times. Like, a lot of it is your energy. You see what I mean? Because I could see, like, as you're speaking, you got a very low kind of energy. You sound like you're not sure of yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So, and you're just speaking to me. You're not even hollering at a chick right now. You understand what I'm saying? We're just having a regular conversation. You ain't trying to, like, seduce anybody right now or whatever it is. You're just having a regular conversation. So the thing is that when you talk to women, right, and you're interacting with women, you got to come at them with the energy that's going to make them actually want to fuck with you. And the thing that's going to make them want to fuck with you is actually that confidence. But see, the way that you get that up, right, is first you have to really get yourself out there, interact with people, and then you have to practice a lot and then see how you feel when you're doing those things. Because a lot of times what happens is the difference between thinking about doing something and actually doing it. Because when you actually do it, then you're gonna see how you are in real time. You're gonna see how you are when you're really, really doing it. You see what I mean? So the thing is that I would say for you right now, you gotta get your energy up just in general and just be a little bit more comfortable with yourself talking and going back and forth with people, but also get out there and practice. Because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is you're gonna feel probably nervous. You're gonna not know what to say in certain situations. Girls are probably gonna reject you or sort of brush you off because you're coming with low energy, and that's okay. I want you to understand that's okay for right now. You understand what I'm saying? But the reason why I'm saying for you to go out there and practice is because once you start getting out there, then you start to learn more about yourself. You see what I mean? So I would say, like, you got to really get out there and practice. Get out there, start talking. Get out there and go back and forth. Because then what's going to happen is you're going to find out certain things that you might need help on later on. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's always different steps. So what I'm saying is that whatever you're asking me right now, you're probably going to not have to ask me that later, and that only happens because you went out there and you discovered new shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I would say first just start talking. Don't worry about how much numbers you're getting. Don't worry about how much girls you're getting and all that. Just work on your energy and work on being comfortable communicating. You feel what I'm saying? That's the first thing I would tell you. You feel what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And what was the second thing you were saying?
So yeah. The second thing I was going to say was, are you familiar with the whole no fat movement?
The no fat movement? Is that what you said?
Yeah, are you familiar with it?
Is that where the guys stop masturbating? Is that the thing? Is that what it is, right? That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And so the thing is, dudes, they do that because they feel like, okay, well, it's gonna sort of motivate you, I guess, to go and approach women. Is that what it is?
Exactly.
Right. Well, this is the thing. I don't like, if that helps you to go and approach more girls, then I say do it. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't necessarily think it's necessary for you to do that. You understand? It's kind of like this. Think about this.
Yeah.
Is it? Let's say if you're starving yourself, right? You don't need to starve yourself in order to get motivated to get hungry. Like, you're gonna automatically get hungry at some point. You feel what I'm saying? So you don't necessarily need to starve yourself in order to feel hunger. But if you do starve yourself, you'll feel extreme hunger, and then it might really motivate you to go get some food. But you don't need to starve yourself to actually go get food. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're going to eventually want to get food at some point. You see what I mean?
Yeah, that was a great way to put it.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Like that.
Right. So you don't necessarily need to do that. I think what happens is that guys are trying to find ways to to sort of like either get like help them with what they're trying to do as far as interacting with women, but you don't necessarily need to like do all this other extreme shit. It's more so like it's literally you got to get yourself out there and just start taking action. Because it's better, this is what I'm saying. It's better for you to go out this weekend or whatever, or this week or whatever, talk to like 50 girls, and all of them sort of like ignore you or reject you or just don't really give you the time of day or nothing really happens. It's better for you to do that than to sit around and think about talking to 50 girls and not doing it. You feel what I mean? Because at least if you go and talk to 50 girls, you say, oh shit, I done talked to 50 girls. None of them really gave me the number. They wasn't really feeling me. So at least now you know where you're at. So then we can assess and say, okay, cool. So what did you learn? How did you feel? You know, was there any girls that was, you know, how long did you talk to each girl? Was there any girls that talked to you for a long time? Did they, you know what I'm saying? Like all these different things you could learn through the action. This is why I always tell guys you got to take action. Because when you take action, you start to see different shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So listen, I'm gonna take a few more calls, but I appreciate you calling in, and yo, go out there and you know, make it happen and hit me back next week and let me know it's good. All right.
I'll let you know it's good. Appreciate you.
All right, bro. All right, peace. Later. Yeah, man. You guys got to take action. What's going on? Who's this?
Going on? This is from Ohio.
What up? What's going on with you?
Not much. Like, I had a few questions I wanted to ask you.
Right.
First question, the guy who was talking about NoFap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I read about NoFap, people a lot of times say that other people are more trained to them while they're on NoFap. I want to know what you think about that.
You said people are more what when they're on NoFap?
Well, people are more attracted to the person that's practicing NoFap, like during the time where, you know, they ain't jacking off with them.
So you said, wait, so they saying that a guy would be more attractive to a woman if he's not masturbating. Is that what you're asking?
Not just women, but people in general. Like, people are more prone to be around them more.
Right. I don't think there's a correlation with that. You know, I don't see the actual like correlation with that, because what makes you attractive to people is really your vibe. It's not necessarily like, because you could be a person who's not masturbating and you could just be either boring or you could just be an asshole or whatever, and people don't want to be around you. So it's not, I don't think it's necessarily the not fapping that's making you more attractive. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but like I've read cases of this, like, people, like, they're the same people. But, like, once they start doing NoFap, people are more attracted to them. Like, they might be boring people just in general, but after when they're doing NoFap, they're more attracted to people.
I mean, I don't know. I gotta look that up and research that, because I haven't heard no shit like that. Because it just sound weird. It's because it's like I'm trying to find the correlation of how not doing that is going to make you more attractive. Because if anything, you know, maybe see, and this is the funny part, is that the only thing that I could correlate with that is I think that if you're not masturbating, you might be more horny because you need that release. So it can, I think it could probably motivate you to go talk to girls and shit. You feel what I'm saying? But the thing is that I don't necessarily think that there's a correlation between doing that and then actually being more attractive. You know what I'm saying? I probably could think it could make you more assertive or more aggressive to actually talk to chicks, but I don't understand where the more attractive thing is going on. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, that's just how I see it. You know?
Yeah. Well, the other question I had is regarding nightclubs and the bar thing. Like,
right.
You talk about the differences of approaching women in the club versus a bar, like how you go about approaching women in the bar versus the nightclub.
Right. I mean, well, the thing is, nightclubs are usually way more crowded than bars. Like, you know, I mean, you could go into a bar that's crowded, but generally nightclubs are more loud. It's more loud. It's more dancing. It's more, just a lot more shit going on. So, you know, for bars, it's a little bit easier if it's a little, because some of them are more laid back, so it's easier to just have a one-on-one conversation. Nightclubs are more so if you know how, if you dance, you sort of dance with a girl, pull her to the side, you know, it's a little bit more body language oriented in like the big nightclubs, you know what I'm saying? So I would say if you're more into dancing and that's part of your game, to like dance with chicks and pull them like that, then go to the nightclubs. If you're more into like verbal communication, go to the bars. You understand? I usually stick to the bars because I don't really like dancing that much, truthfully. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know.
I feel like you say with bars, you can be more direct versus in a nightclub where you might have to try to, you know, talk indirectly to a woman, like
right.
Try to, you might start a conversation or talking about the environment or something. Like you're in a bar, you can just directly holler at.
Right, because in a nightclub. Yeah, because in the nightclub, is usually loud as fuck. You understand? And it's just like so much shit going on. It be chicks be there with like 8 of their friends and all that. But in a bar, it's like you're there. There's probably still music going on or whatever, people chilling. But it's a little bit more easier to like go back and forth with a chick. Like I've pulled more chicks in bars than I have nightclubs. Like I personally don't like nightclubs. You feel what I'm saying? The last nightclub I went to was it was like a one of those joints where it was like mad young chicks in there. It was like, because I'm 36 years old, there was chicks in there that was like 21, 20 years old. That was like, what the fuck, you know? So I'm in these nightclubs, and the funny part is, well, this is what would probably make you guys want to go to these nightclubs. Because I was at this spot and the chicks was young as hell, and they're very open with the making out and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like this girl pulled me to the side and wanted to dance with me, so I'm dancing with her. And as I'm leaving her, I say, "Yo, you know, nice meeting you." I was going to give her a hug, and then she's like, "Oh, can I get a kiss?" And I'm like, So then I'm thinking she's thinking like, you know, I was about to kiss on the cheek, and this chick grabbed my face and stuck her tongue in my mouth. Then this one other girl was in front of me. Like this is like maybe later on during the night. This other girl's in front of me, and she was on her phone and shit. So I said to her, I just walked up to her and I said, "Yo, my phone number is this. I was like, put my number in your phone." And she was like, "Oh, okay." So she puts the number in the phone. I was just joking. I was just sitting there chilling and doing what I was doing. So she puts the number in the phone, and then she gives me a hug, and then she sticks her tongue in my mouth. You feel what I'm saying? So you guys got to go to them young ass nightclubs with the chicks at like 21, 22, because they wild as fuck up in there. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, if you want to do that, do that. You feel what I mean? But I still prefer bars and shit. I'm more I'm more of that type of dude. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, I would just say the bars are the more, you know, talking. The nightclubs are the more dancing energy type of shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know.
Right. Last question is like I work nights, you know.
Right.
A lot of times I get off like around 11 o'clock, whatever. So I'm thinking with going to a bar at 11 o'clock, you think it's too late to try to pick up women, or I mean, just like on the weekend, I'm saying. Because, you know, most women, you know, they might be there for happy hour. You think it's kind of slim pickings like during the week going to the bar?
Yeah, I think during the week is good to go around happy hour if you can. You know what I'm saying? On the weekends, then you know, later at night is, you know, it'll still be popping usually. You understand? So on the weekends you go around like maybe like, you know, 10, 11. You can still do that on the weekends. During the week it's better to do like happy hour type of environment because you could make shit pop a little bit more. There's more usually to choose from. Like, of course, there's gonna be certain clubs if you know specific joints that be, you know, popping off at a certain day during the week. Then yeah, there's gonna still be some women there and all of the other stuff. But usually during the week, if you meet those women, like usually those women that be at them spots at like 11 o'clock, 11:30 on a Tuesday or a Monday, are usually chicks that ain't got no job or nothing because they up there, you know, that late. You feel what I'm saying? So
I'm thinking that, or it might be working girls, you know, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
One of them, you know.
So yeah, so you know, so it all depends on what you're trying to do.
Like, I mean, so like, if you a person working second shift, pretty much like during the week, you just got to stick to the stores and malls, stuff like that, picking up.
Right. Nah, real talk. You know what I'm saying? But
okay.
But yeah, man, I appreciate the call, bro. I appreciate the call. I'll meet you up later, man.
All
right, peace. All right. Damn, I'm calling it like crazy. I didn't even get to the topic yet. Shit, hold on. Let me see. It's popping. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Ronnie.
What up? What's going on? Where you from? Where you from?
I'm from Miami.
Miami, what's good? How's it down there in Miami with all the hurricanes and shit? Is it crazy still?
Hurricane.
It's still crazy?
From what? Yeah, it was crazy, man. Ain't nobody had no power for a week.
Oh, damn. Shit.
Yeah, my house, I ain't had no power in a week, and what happened was it was so hot too, man. I couldn't even sleep right.
Wow,
it was so hot.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Damn, but I mean, you know, is everybody alright? Where you at? Like your family and all that? Everybody good?
Everybody good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So what's going on with you?
I got a question.
What's up?
You know, my question is, remember when you had answered my my question on your Bad Boy show?
Which one was that? You gotta remind me because I had a lot of questions on it. Which one was that?
What? Ooh, it was. I can't remember right now.
You can't remember your question? He asked me if I remember the question. I get a lot of questions, bro. You gotta remember which one it is.
My question was, like, you know how when you like ask a girl a question that'll upgrade her.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
that one.
Okay, so you talking about like what type of questions to ask a woman to upgrade her mind? Is that what you talking about?
Yeah, I want to know what questions can I ask her.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is this.
No, don't.
Now go ahead. What you gonna say?
My question is can I ask any question that's gonna upgrade her mind? Can you give me an example?
Right. So the thing is this: when we talking about upgrading the chick's mind, for those who don't know, we're basically talking about you saying something that sort of enlightens her, sort of gives her an idea of something she didn't know before. You understand? That's simply what it is. So it's not necessarily you need to ask her a question. It's more so you're putting her on to information. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not anything you really need to ask her. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's more so you're putting her onto information. So what it is that when you're having a conversation with the girl, right? You might be talking about a certain topic, and then let's say if she doesn't know about or she doesn't know as much about the topic you're talking about, but you know a little bit more about the topic. So when you are talking to her, you're putting her on to certain things that you know. You see what I mean? About the topic. So it could be anything. It don't even got to be anything deep. It could just be something like, let's say you was talking about like, you know, I don't know, like movies or some shit, and then she said something about, oh, you know, I like this certain type of movie, and then you might tell her like, oh yeah, do you know that this movie was made here because this happened and that happened? It's something that she didn't know that you're just saying to her, or you're letting her know about. You understand? Because what's happening is that you're just giving her information that she might not have been up on. You feel what I'm saying? Or let's say for example, y'all talking about like relationships or some shit. She might say some shit like, oh, you know, these guys out here, y'all just be on this and y'all be doing that. And then you could put her on, be like, nah, you know, the reason why dudes be doing that is because this, and that. But because, you know, a lot of girls don't know that y'all be doing this and that's why we do that. And so she's like, oh, I didn't know guys be doing it like that. You see what I mean? So now you're putting her on to game. You see what I mean? And so what the upgrade does is that it gets her to see you as somebody that is, you know, has a little bit more knowledge than her, somebody that she can actually go to get upgraded. So what happens is she attaches the things that she is learning and feeling and being enlightened with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so that's the thing.
That's like enhancing her life.
Right, exactly. But the thing is, you don't want to do is you don't want to randomly start saying shit, trying to be on some know-it-all shit or trying to impress her with your knowledge. You understand? It should always be in context. It should always be in the realm of conversation and what you're talking about and what you're doing. So you don't want to be just spitting out facts randomly for no reason. You feel what I'm saying? It should always be in the context of you having the conversation with the girl. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. And so that's how you do it, man.
I feel you.
You feel me?
Uh,
Go ahead. You got one more question?
But, one more question.
Mm.
One more question.
Mm. Go ahead.
Like my main problem is like after I say hello and I say good morning to him, my main problem is like starting the conversation out.
Mm. So you say your main problem is after you say like, hi, what else do you say?
Yeah.
Well, again, it's context. So like, let's say if you could go indirect. So, and when you do indirect, all you do is use something in a situation. So this is the easiest way to do a conversation. So, for example, if you're going indirect, let's say if you are at a party or whatever, you understand, like you're at a house party and they got a DJ and you go up to the girl, you say, hey, how you doing? She's like, oh, hey, what's up? And you'd be like, so, you know, how'd you hear about this party? Who'd you come here with? You understand? So you're using the party to start the conversation or the topic of the party to start the conversation. And then so she'll, you know, tell you what's going on and then you just keep the conversation going. So anytime you need something to talk about in the conversation, you just use your surroundings or you use what's happening in the situation to talk about the situation. So for example, if you know, waiting for a train or something and the train's taking long and you standing next to a chick, you be like, man, like, you know, how long has this train been taking? Like, how long you been standing on this platform? You know, you've been standing here long. She be like, oh yeah, I've been there for like 10 minutes. It's been taking a long time. Oh, word? And like, where you going? What you doing today? You know, so you started the conversation using the train situation. So that's how you do it indirectly. You feel what I mean? And so that's all you really got to do. That's the easiest way to ease into a conversation. Use something in the situation to start the conversation and then you keep going. You feel what I'm saying? And then that's the easiest way to do it.
Like a part of that question, is that because you said earlier about you can actually throw an idea out there too.
Right, yeah. You can throw ideas out. You can say, you know, basically when you having a conversation, you can say anything you want. It's just that when we talk about indirect or direct, those are just the certain ways or the tools to use in order to remember what to do if you're stuck or if you want to, you know, use that part of the game. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me? So that's pretty much it. But yo, listen, let me I gotta take a few more of these calls because people calling in like crazy. You feel me?
All right.
All right, man. I'm on with you, bro. All right, appreciate you.
All right.
All right, later.
All right.
All right, man. Y'all calling like crazy. I didn't even know y'all was gonna be up like this. Truth be told, Jesus Christ, what's popping? Who's this?
Locario, man, this is Garen from Miami.
From where?
From Miami, Florida.
What's going on? We got it. That's another cat from Florida. How's it going out there?
Man, it's going well, but I got some problems, man.
Well, what happened? What's going on with you?
It's like this, bro. You know, I'm a salesman, man, and it's like, basically, I keep stuttering. Like, I need some man-to-man advice about stuttering. Like, you know, I basically approach a lot of females, and, you know, I talk to a lot of people every day. But I need just some advice on stuttering, because this shit keep happening. I mean, stuttering just keeps happening.
So you saying you have a stutter, or you're just stuttering, just...
I have a stutter. It's like I'm approaching for my business. I talk to everybody and anybody about my business majority of the time, but just as a man, like as a young man, I just have a stutter. Like it's not terrible, but it does get in the way sometimes.
Right. I mean, well, the way I'm hearing you talk now, it don't sound like you're stuttering too much. You feel what I'm saying?
No, I know, but I like I'd say like just on a general like when I'm actually like talking to people and stuff like that, I just slip up and stutter at some point in time, like at those key moments. And I'm trying to like fix that in my life, because I feel like if I fix that in my life and actually control that, it'll make me a better man.
But see, that's the thing. You shouldn't need to feel like you have to control it or something. You understand? Like I feel like you're making the stutter an issue. Right, so what it is that you got to embrace that part of the game. Now, if you want to work on it, that's one thing. Like you could say, okay, I want to work on this shit and try to do something about it. But at the same time, you shouldn't make that hinder you. You should use that as part of your game. Like I know a dude who stuttered, and what he would do is that when he would talk to chicks, he would just mention that. You feel what I'm saying? Or he would just play around with it. And he would say like, yo, I stutter when I talk to really hot girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just flirting with her saying that, and he's using it. So use it to your advantage. Don't ignore it, or don't try to like get that because the thing is, I think you're making it an issue, and then when you make it an issue, then that's when it's going to be an issue. You see what I'm saying? So you could acknowledge it is what it is, acknowledge it to yourself, and you can acknowledge it to the chicks if you want to, but don't make it an issue. So what I would say is you could work on it at the same time as you're not making it an issue. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing, because you're saying you want to get rid of it so that you could become a better dude, but that's not really the thing that's making you. Because if you're saying I want to get rid of this to make me a better man, that you're basically saying you're not a good guy.
Saying I'm a better man,
right.
But it'll just give me full control of the conversation,
right?
Full control of my ground where I stand, because it's like sometimes I be talking to people. Sometimes talking to some females in our office, and I just like stutter like dead in their face, and it's like it's funny, like it does make me giggle. It does actually make me laugh. I actually get through the stutter, but it's like I'm trying to actually practice and like fix that, so it's like smooth. Because I see you talking on the videos, you never stutter. It's like smooth.
Well, the thing is too, it sound like it's probably because you have some nervousness when you're talking to these chicks. Because right now, I haven't heard you stutter once. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I haven't really heard you stutter once. I mean, you probably did. I just didn't hear it. You feel what I'm saying? So, my question is, what are you doing now that's making you not stutter?
Nowhere, like,
say that again?
I said it just comes like, it's not terrible. You see, I'm having a full conversation with you,
right,
not stuttering. But it gets like right now, it basically gets to that point of I'm stumbling over my words.
Right. Well, the thing is, what you could do is, I would say, like, slow down a little bit when you're talking to these chicks, but also I think it could be too partly because when you're talking to them, there's something there that you're not too comfortable with, which is why you're stuttering a lot in that moment. You feel what I'm saying? So, because I'm like you're talking just straight. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, it's like nothing's going on. So the same thing could happen. Like you could have literally been talking to a girl the same amount of time you're talking to me, and there wouldn't have been no stutter. You see what I mean? So I think a lot of it has to do with you thinking that you're gonna stutter when you're talking to the girls. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that you probably got to look into that too. But also I would say if you do stutter, don't draw too much attention to it within yourself. I'm not even talking about the girls. Forget the girls right now. I'm talking about don't draw too much attention to it to yourself. Meaning, when you're talking to the girl or whatever, you're talking to girls, if you start stuttering, just let it happen. Let it like flow with it. You feel what I'm saying? It should flow naturally, even within the stuttering. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is, and that's the thing. The thing that is going to stop you is not really about the stuttering. It's about how you feel about it. You feel what I'm saying? And how you react to stuttering. You feel what I'm saying? So all you got to do is flow through it, and then it's going to, just get better, and you're going to actually make things better when you're interacting with the chicks. See, a lot of times what happens is that whatever type of situations that we have going on with ourselves, when we make it an issue, that's when it stops us from having success. It's not necessarily the thing that is the issue that is to why we're not having the success. It's us making it an issue why we're not having success. You see what I mean? And so that's the thing when you're talking to these girls, that should not even necessarily even be an issue to you at all. I would just say if you want to make it better, work on it. You feel what I'm saying? You can work on that shit, but at the same time, don't try to ignore it. Don't try to pull it and push it to the back, or don't get all riled up when it happens. You feel what I'm saying? Like it should be something that is part of your whole thing, because that is part of what's going on with you. You see what I'm saying? So you just have to be aware of the fact and that is going on. You see what I mean?
And Uncle Locario, man, I got one more. All right, so I do sales, so I'm basically approaching the females, on a daily basis, like tons of them. And it's like with the ones that's rated like a 7 or 6, I'm comfortable with them. I come up like the man. I come up, you know, I come up talking confident, but with the dimes, with the tens, bro, I be feeling like my heart about to explode. my breathing be tripping. Real, like my breathing been tripping. Like today, it was this girl I was talking to.
Right.
And, you know, my energy was right, it was right, but you know, she was one of those dimes, bro. And it's like my breathing started tripping, like my chest got full of air and stuff like that. I was like, yo, and it's like I was conscious of it when I was talking to her. So I'm like, yo, I'm like, this is not natural.
Right. Well, that's the thing. You gotta get used to talking to dimes, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's what happened to a lot of dudes, because they, you know, what happens is you're not used to being in that situation. So when you talking to that chick who's a dime, or you think is a dime, then it's like, oh shit, like it's really happening. I don't know what to do. I don't want to mess this up. So it becomes a bigger thing than it really is. And see, the way to get those girls, you understand, or just to get any girl in general, is you have to be centered in what you're doing at all times. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is the thing, and this is the thing that most guys don't understand about women. What attracts a woman a lot of times is uncertainty. You understand? So if I'm talking to a girl and I'm just cool and I'm chilling and I'm having like a conversation or whatever, and I might be flirting with her, but I might be falling back a little. You understand? So she's not sure how I feel about her. She's not sure if I'm really, you understand what I'm saying? She's not sure what's going on. But a girl will be definitely sure that you're like, you know, nervous to talk to her, or you're on some other shit because of how you're coming at her. So this is why you got to make sure that you're always on point when you're talking to these chicks. Make sure you're always cool, calm, and collected when you're talking to these girls, because that's going to bring that mystery to you, and then that mystery brings that uncertainty, and that uncertainty creates a lot of that attraction. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You just got to get used to.
So would you
go ahead.
Say like I really taking the conversation that serious, because I find like you know, like this week, you know, today I approached some dimes, and like, you know, like by me taking the conversation not really seriously, like it basically took an edge off. So would you like actually suggest that?
Oh yeah, of course. That's how it always should be. That's how it always should be. It should always be where you just chilling, you just having fun. It should not be anything that is this, because the more serious you take it, the worse this situation is going to be. The harder it is going to be to, you know, get her. Because when you're taking it seriously, when you're taking it too seriously, then it becomes an I need to get this girl. And then when it becomes that I need to get her, that's when all that anxiety comes in, and that's when you start fucking up. You understand? Because you supposed, it's almost like you got to say something for women, and this is what I tell you all the time. For women want to be able to like tell a story to their girlfriends about how they met you and all that other dumb shit, right? So women watch all these fucking movies and all this romantic comedies and shit, so they want you to bump into each other by mistake at the coffee shop, and then, you know, you get into some cool conversation and all that dumb shit. So a lot of times if you're walking up to a girl and you're super serious, or you're really nervous, or you're on some other shit, that sort of takes everything out of that realm of that situation. You understand? So the thing is that if she's, you know, if you're talking to her and you're approaching her, you're having that cool conversation, you're having that back and forth witty banter, y'all are going back and forth with each other, that's the thing that makes her want to keep doing that. And on top of that, what you got to understand is women, 9 times out of 10, what they encounter when they talk to a guy is a lot of guys that don't know how to talk to women. So what happens is that they have all these conversations, these struggle-ass conversations with these guys who don't really know how to talk. So therefore, it's not enjoyable for her. You understand? Because women, they want the attention from you. Because this is the thing. Guys be thinking women because they like, oh, why these girls be acting all stuck up and stink in the street, and you be trying to talk to them, and then they be brushing you off and all of that.
Yeah.
Girls, they like the attention, but they also want the attention from a guy who actually knows what he's doing. You feel what I'm saying? It's the same way where if you went to a party and was a whole bunch of, like, you know, chicks you thought was ugly, but they was all choosing, you'd be like, like fuck, like, get away from me. Like, you would feel that same way because you're not getting chosen by a hot chick. These women want to be chosen by a guy who knows what he's doing. You see what I'm saying? And if you can actually hone your skills and know what you're doing, then more women are going to be receptive to you. See, that's the thing. I always tell guys, your skill level is always going to, like, people always say, like, how do I know if I'm good at this, or, should I be doing this more or whatever? Women will show you your skill level. Do you understand what I'm saying? How receptive women are to you shows you your skill level. You see what I mean? And so that's the thing. Like, when you're interacting with these girls, if you're getting a lot of chicks being receptive to you, that means your game is tight. You feel what I'm saying? If chicks are a lot of times just sort of brushing you off, or not really staying in conversations with you long, or any of that stuff, that means that your shit is weak. You see what I mean? And this is why I say how important game is. You got to make sure you're always on top of your shit. You feel me? So that's what it is, bro. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But yo, listen. I'm gonna have to take a few more of these calls, so there's people calling in like crazy. You feel me?
Hey, bro, stay up, bro. It's Garen, man.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you, bro. Peace. Yeah, man. You guys gotta stay on point. This is what I'm telling you. You guys gotta sign up for the 30-minute game sessions. You understand? So that you can actually have a whole half an hour to yourself. You feel what I'm saying? But hold on, let me take one of these calls. Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
Yo, Mr. Locario, what up, man? It's TK out of New York, man. What up with you?
What's going on? What's going on with you?
Not much, man. First off, I just want to take the time to commend you, man. I appreciate the game you be dropping. We need that for the community, man.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. What's going on?
But yo, I got a scenario, man. Like I come across this kind of often, and I don't really know how to deal with it. But yo, how do you approach a girl, like if she with her mom or like an older relative? Cause check it, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Basically, I'm out. You know what I mean? I'm like I said, I'm in New York, but I go out to DC. I'm in this hotel overnight, and I see this little function going on in the hotel where this sorority is having something going on. Like. Shorty's out there with a mom, a grandmother. It looks something like that. You see her with a lot of older women. But I seen her. She smiled at me as a group of them was walking by. And I got stuck for a minute because I'm like, oh, damn, I kind of wanted to approach it, but I don't know how to approach that scenario when you see a young girl and she's with, like, older relatives. Clearly she's of age because, like, you know what I mean, she's in the same sorority with these other older women. How do you approach that?
Right. Well, anytime you're approaching a woman or in a group, I always say you got to learn how to interact with like the whole group. That's like that's a very skilled thing. Like a lot of people aren't up on how to do that, but you got to know how to interact with the whole group. But if you like in passing, you understand, like as you said they were passing you and you saw the chick and she was like checking you out or whatever. But the thing is that, and this is why I tell you guys, you got to get you some business cards, man. You got to get you some business cards with your name, your number on that shit, so you can slide this shit to them real quick. You feel what I'm saying? But if you're in that situation where you want to talk to that girl who's in a group, you got to first acknowledge the whole group. You feel what I'm saying? And so, for example, you might
that's the thing. Like that's the tricky part. Yeah, right. Gotta drop the game real quick.
Oh no! I was gonna say so. For example, usually. When you see people in groups, because a lot of times you see people in groups in a club or at the bar or some shit like that. You understand? So it's a little bit easier to do it in that sense. But if they're on the street, you feel what I'm saying? You can also do it too, where you just acknowledge the group. You be like, hey, what's going on? How you guys doing today? What you up to today? It's a real nice day, blah, blah, blah. So, where y'all from? All this other stuff. And then you sort of just see the vibe of the group. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it's going to be some people that, are gonna be friendly, some are not, some are gonna be quiet or whatever. But the reason that you do this is that you have to get the attention of the whole group. Because if you just walk up to that one girl, the other people in the group is gonna be like, who the fuck is this guy? Why is he talking to her? Blah blah blah. You see what I'm saying? And so you have to start with the group and then you zone in on the one person. You feel what I'm saying? So what I would say is that if
I'm cool on that for the most part. Right. Like when I'm in a club or something, I don't have a problem doing it. But this was just a weird situation because she was a young girl, but she was with older women.
And how many women was she with? How many women was she with?
It looked like, yeah, it was about 4 of them. But like I said, they were all like in the sorority, so it looked like they were like legacy. Like, you know, she was one of them. Maybe her mom. One woman looked like she might have been old enough to be a grandma. So how do you approach a young girl that's with older women?
Right. And they were just walking past you in passing.
They were leaving a hotel, and I saw them as I was going inside the hotel. Like, basically, I was passing them going through the parking lot.
Oh, and they were so they were basically leaving the hotel, and you was walking in the hotel, and you was passing them. You just saw them sort of in passing.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Right. So the thing is, you know, in those situations, right, when you like, it's still basically the same thing. It's sort of like, and also it depends on the proximity of how they're walking together. Because sometimes when people walk, you have, let's say, a few people like in front of the other person. You understand what I'm saying? Or if they're in a group and they're not walking, they're just sort of standing together. So it all depends. So if they're standing together is one thing. If they're walking and you have other people in front of her, then that's a different story. So like, let's say if the three ladies that were like a little bit in front of her, then you don't really got to do the whole group thing because they're already in front of her. So you could just go up to her real quick, be like, hey, what's up? Listen, I got to run, but here's my card. I want you to hit me up. You understand? And then you just keep it moving. So you do that real quick, 1, 2, right? But if they're sort of together, you still got to stop that whole group, be like, yo, what's up? How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then isolate her or go straight to her, be like, look, you know, y'all have a nice day, I gotta go, but hey, miss, look, here's my card, I want you to hit me up. You understand? Like, just real quick, because it's not necessarily anything where you have to have a whole conversation with them. All you're doing is acknowledging them. You understand? Acknowledging that they're there and that you know they exist and they see that you exist. You feel what I'm saying? So it could be something as quick as, hey, you know, how's your night going? Where you ladies headed to? Oh, y'all gonna go get something to eat? Cool, yeah, I know this spot over such and such. And blah, blah, blah. And while you're saying that, you take out your card, be like, hey, miss, listen, what's your name? How you doing? Here's my card. You'll hit me up later real quick. And that's it. You feel what I'm saying? But you got to be able to have the balls, you understand what I'm saying? To be able to be, to be able to go up and talk to those women. You feel what I'm saying? And this is why I tell people to work on your verbal skills and to practice interacting with people, because if you keep practicing talking, if you keep practicing being outspoken in public, if you keep practicing just, you know, your verbal skills and all this other stuff, then it's going to be easier for you to say it when you need to say it. It's almost like it's easier for you to be on because you've been practicing already. You understand what I'm saying? It's almost like if you practice karate every, you know, almost every day when you wake up, right? When you get into a real fight, you've already had that training. So your body is in a habitual state of movement to defend itself. You see what I'm saying? So if you're continuously talking and interacting and being social with people, and this is not just with women, just be social with people. You feel what I'm saying? And then so as you're being social, it's easier to talk when you see that girl coming. The reason why it's hard for a lot of guys to holler at chicks in the street is not because, oh, it's that intimidating or, you know, people are going to be watching me. Is more so they're not used to talking to people in the street. You got to get used to talking to people in the street. Like back in the day, I used to sell CDs. I used to rap and I used to sell my CDs in Times Square. So I'd be talking to people 8 hours a day straight. You feel what I'm saying? So it was easy for me to just talk because I was always talking almost 8 hours straight. So every time when I seen a chick, it was almost like I'm just talking to her just like I was talking to the people I'm trying to sell my CD to. You feel what I'm saying? So it wasn't even a thing I had to think about because my brain had conditioned my mouth to talk in public. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing that you got to do. You got to condition yourself to talk that way. So when you see those people walking, it's not about having to think about doing it. It's almost like you automatically do it. You feel what I'm saying? And this is why I tell dudes is that it has to be something you practice so much that it's automatic. Just like when I teach guys when you flirting to like touch girls and touch their hand and get a little bit closer to them. When I talk to a girl, I'm not even thinking about touching her. My body and my hands start doing the shit automatically because it's a habit now. My brain has taught myself to just do it automatically. So it's almost like your shit has to be done automatically. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, that's how it got to be, man.
Got you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, yeah, it was like I said, like, you know, I pull up, you know what I mean? I don't have a problem talking to a girl. Even in the club, it's a little easier. It just felt a little weird because I'm like, damn, how you approach a girl and she walking with grandma?
Right,
like,
right. And hey,
that's a tough scenario, but
That's all. That's how you do. You and again, you can use anything in the scenario. Be like, you know, as you're talking to them, be like, hey, how you guys know each other? Oh, you her mom? Y'all? Oh, yeah, look alike. Blah, blah, whatever. Anything. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's just you having conversations with people, and then you just moving it in. This is why it's easier to have that card, because as soon as you have that card, just slide it to her, and then you be out. You feel what I'm saying? And that's that. So you know, that's all you got to do, man.
Got you, so.
All right, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I ain't gonna hold the line. Do your thing, man. I appreciate that, though. All
right, man. I'm gonna holler at you. Peace. Yeah. Kenwood Drive, you said I was one of them niggas in Times Square. You said you probably took my CD out and threw it out. Yeah, I used to be in Times Square heavy. Selling my albums and shit. Heavy. Y'all don't know, you know, I used to be rapping and shit. I didn't even get to the damn topic of the damn show yet. Let me spit some facts on this fair shit real quick before we take any more calls. All right, I'm gonna take some more calls in a minute, but I gotta spit this shit before we get to some more calls. But what I wanted to say real quick about how fear affects your game, okay, is that what you gotta understand is that you being scared or you having this fear to do the things you want to do in the game is holding you back, right? Because let's say, for example, you scared to approach women, or you scared to, you know, talk to girls because you're scared you're going to get rejected. That fear of the rejection is holding you back from having sex, going on dates, all this other stuff, right? If you see a chick who's a hot girl and you're scared to talk to her because you think she's a dime or whatever, and you think she's not going to want to get with you, that fear is going to stop you from talking to other women who you think are dimes, or even talk to other girls who, you know, you think are 8s or 9s or whatever it is, right? So the thing is that you have to, what I would tell you to do is, if you're scared to do it, do it. You feel what I'm saying? If you're scared to talk to that hot chick, talk to that hot chick. If you're scared that you're going to get rejected, by talking to this girl, go and talk to the girl. You feel what I'm saying? If you're scared to approach this girl in the street, approach the girl in the street. Whatever you fear, you should do. You feel what I'm saying when it comes to this game? Because what's going to happen is you're going to realize that the fear is some bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to realize the fear is some bullshit. So you got to make sure that you're not letting that fear get to you. And see, a lot of dudes out here, what happens is that once you fear it, and once you fear all these things and nothing is happening because of that fear, or if you try to do something and because you have that fear, things are not going to work out how you expected. And then so when things don't work out how you expected, you're going to have a negative outlook on the game. And then when you have a negative outlook on the game, what's going to happen is that you're going to be like one of those dudes, because I be seeing dudes in the comments in some of the videos and shit where cats be like, oh, all these chicks are bitches, you know, I can't fuck with these girls because they all on some bullshit, and all these women suck and blah blah blah. You're gonna turn into one of those dudes. You understand? Where you think that every chick is out to get you, every chick is on some bullshit, every chick is, you know, a gold digger, all chicks care about is looks. You get into that mind frame because all of that came from fear. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, that shit, that you got to get rid of that scared mentality you have when it comes to interacting with women. You feel what I'm saying? And just in general, you got to get, you know, you have to get like, get over that fear you have just in your everyday life. Because the fear, it's just an illusion, man. That shit is not anything that's gonna like fucking, you know, be anything that's gonna be detrimental to you. But see, on the other side of fear is that success when you get past that shit. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, for those who wanted the number is 646. Let me make sure I can type this. How come I don't be able? This should be acting funny when I be trying to type this shit sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck? 646 is 646-481-3901. Okay, I don't know why it's not making me type right now. Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
Hey, what's happening, man? I'm calling from California.
What up? What's your name?
on the chat, I go by Sticky E.
Okay, what's going on with you, bro?
Hey, I got a question. I don't got the game down, like, but I don't really got a question about that. I got a question about dudes, man. Like, I've been noticing. I play sports for like 13 years, so my peripheral vision's on point. You know what I mean? And I noticed like dudes be looking at me, like staring at me. And you talked about this like a week ago. You mentioned something about that. What's up with that, man?
Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. What are you talking about? You said dudes, he's staring at you? What are you talking about?
Yeah, man, like where I'm from, like if you stare at someone wrong, you can straight up get shot, man. You know what I mean? Like not in this side of the town, but it is like that. But
Sticky E, why you trolling? Why you trolling for? What are you talking about?
Are they gay or something, or do they find me aesthetically pleasing? Because I am aesthetically pleasing.
Why are you trolling, bro? What is going on? Why are you
I
trolling?
don't know what's going on.
Why you trolling? What happened? Why you got to troll tonight? It's too late, man.
Nah, I'm serious. You talked about this other day about like dudes like staring at other dudes or something like that.
No, I don't even remember. What was I saying about dudes staring at other dudes? The only thing I remember talking about ever in that regard is people staring at them when they trying to holler at chicks. You feel what I'm saying? Was that you talking about? You talking about that?
Okay.
You talking about that?
I'm not sure, but you were talking about something like dudes staring at other dudes. It might have been something like about that. Yeah. But I'm saying, I don't know, man. It's crazy.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I'm serious, man. I thought you had an answer.
I mean, I don't know about dudes staring at other dudes. Maybe they seeing something they like. I don't know, bro. You gotta deal with that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta come on now, like I'm not with that.
Maybe they gay. I don't know. Maybe they saw something they like. You know what I'm saying? There are people that's gay. They probably thought they probably liked what they saw. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? But why you worried about? Why you worried about the dude staring at you then? What you worried about?
Nah, cause like I said, cause I don't know, man, cause it's dangerous out here. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And
I'm looking at the chat room. They saying you troll. I know he trolling. I'm having fun with you. What so? Why Sticky?
Nah, I'm not trolling. I'm serious as a heart attack, man. I called you like 2 or 3 weeks ago that I just said keep doing your thing.
Sticky E, come on, son. You can't have a name Sticky E and talking about dudes is looking at you, bro. That's not a good mix, son. You feel what I'm saying? It's not a good mix.
I was just tripping, man. I just thought you had an answer.
All right.
Bothering me, man. I don't like people staring at me.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to figure that out, bro. Okay. This dude calling and talking about dudes is hollering at you and shit. Come on, man. Hilarious. This ain't that type of show, man. This is the type of show where you learn how to have sex with 2 women a day. Okay? How to have sex with 2 women a day. You're not talking about dudes staring at you. What's going on? What's popping?
What up? Hey, bro.
What's going on?
That's the question right here for you.
What's going on? Who's this?
Hey, we didn't talk earlier.
Okay.
The reason why my energy seems so low, low, was because I was around my grandma and shit. She trying to sleep. That's the only reason. I ain't no low energy ass cat. You know what I'm saying? I'm an energetic 20-year-old nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm in college and shit.
Right.
So I ain't want you to think that I was no lame ass, low energy ass nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to call back one time, but one time I'll let you know what it was.
Okay, I got you. So what's good though?
My question now is, what's the vibe and what's the mindset? You know what I'm saying? Because when you was talking to the dude that you talked to after me, you know what I'm saying? I'm a real studious ass nigga, so I was taking notes. And my question is, what's the vibe? You know what I'm saying? Because it all, I broke it down what you were saying. It all comes down to the vibe that we give these women and the mindset that we have to have ourselves. So what's the most productive vibe and mindset for us as men to keep in mind well, we're trying to get these chicks, these dimes, because we don't want these damn sixes and these sevens. What's the vibe that we need to give off?
Well, this is the thing. Okay, and let me break it down like this. Because, one, you have to have the mindset and the vibe that you're trying to see if she is good enough for you. You understand? You're trying to see if she's gonna be you want her on your team. Everything is about you trying to see if she's good enough for you. You understand? And so the messed up part is most guys' vibe is they're trying to impress the girl so that the girl will like him. You understand? He's like, how can I get her? What can I say to make her like me? Oh, I gotta say the right things and all this other stuff. So when you have the vibe of thinking, I'm trying to see what you're about to see if I want to fuck with you, what happens is that your actions dictate that vibe. So for example, when I talk to women, right, what I do is I already have that thought process in my head of I'm trying to see if you are the type of chick I want to fuck with. You understand what I'm saying? So what I do is that I have a very judgmental type of vibe when I'm dealing with the girl. You understand? So instead of me sitting there trying to impress her and trying to get her to like me and trying to, buy her drinks and do all this other stuff, what I do is I sit back and while I'm talking to her, I'm questioning her. And my questions is very judgmental and I'm trying to like get her to understand, because sometimes they don't even really notice it on a conscious level. It's sometimes subconscious, but sometimes they notice it on a conscious level where I'm questioning them to see if I like them, and they know this a lot of times. They can tell the way that I'm doing it. You understand? So for example, I was actually this happened a few weeks ago. I was at a spot and I'm talking to this girl, and she was actually saying, like, she was keeping it real with me. She was like, yo, I came out to the spot to meet some guys, and I'm not really seeing anybody that I like, and I really, I just want a cool guy because I haven't been with a guy in a while and all this other stuff. So she's keeping it real. Like, she's basically saying, look, I'm trying to find a dude to have sex with tonight. You understand? So now what I could have did, as far as if I was just some regular, guy giving that thirsty vibe, I would have been like, oh, hey, what's up with me though? Like, while we going, blah, 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 blah. You understand? Like, I could have been all up on her trying to have sex with her. You understand? Well, what I did was, since, again, I have the vibe of I'm trying to see if you're cool enough to fuck with me, I started questioning her. You see what I'm saying? I started asking. I'll be like, so what type of guys do you like? And then she's like, oh, I like this and that. And then I'm like, so what makes you think that, you're going to find that type of guy here? And if you do find that type of guy, what makes you think he's going to want to go home with you tonight? You understand? Like, I'm just questioning her, having her think all these other different things. You see what I'm saying? And so what happened was she started saying things indirectly about me. She's like, yeah, but I like a guy that's, a little bit more like clean cut and assertive and, knows how to talk to a woman. And she was basically talking about me. And she was saying a whole bunch of stuff about, she's like, yeah, I like a guy who's a little bit muscular, blah, blah, blah. So she was trying to choose, but I kept questioning her. You see what I'm saying? So now I have her trying to get at me versus me trying to get at her. And that all came from my vibe of being judgmental towards her. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you sort of do it, is that you question them. You have the vibe of I'm trying to see if you're good enough for me versus I'm trying to impress you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it
has to be like that throughout the whole relationship, right?
Right, the whole time. You should have that type of vibe every time you fucking with chicks. You feel what I'm saying? Because what you got to understand is this. You have to be able to differentiate yourself from all these other guys. You understand? Because this is what happens.
Exactly.
If you're talking to a girl, right? Usually, not all the time, but usually, what they'll do is that they're already assuming that you're like every other guy. You understand? So, if they're assuming that, what happens is that when you're interacting with them, you have to make sure that what you're doing dictates you're not. that type of guy. You're not the same as everybody else. And the way that you do this to show that you're not the same as everybody else is that you don't be jumping all over them, like trying to like get with them, like, oh my God, I must have you. You're so amazing. You're not trying to impress them. You're not buying them drinks and all this other shit. You're not kissing their ass. You're not sucking up to them. You're not doing none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Basically, you're doing the opposite of all that. You understand? It's almost like I don't like you until you prove that I should like you. You understand what I'm saying? That's the vibe you got to have when you're dealing with women. And that's the most attractive, because now what it dictates is, you know, I don't really, like, I'm picky. I don't need you. I'm only fucking with girls who are up to par. You understand? And so now what it does on a subconscious level, she's like, who the fuck is this guy? Why is he even thinking that way? What is it about him, or what is he doing in his life, or what does he have going on that allows him to interact with me this way? You see what I'm saying? And so that's the difference. It's a whole fucking switch. You feel what I mean?
Yeah,
that's how it is, man.
That's some advanced game shit right there, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's the thing that dudes on this. That's what I be trying to tell cats to. Like, you gotta make sure that how you come at these chicks is on some different shit and on some other shit of you being that dude, right? That she wants to, like, she would dream to get with you. You know what I'm saying? And this has nothing to do with looks. This has nothing to do with the money you got. This is all that vibe. That's that energy. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, even when you approach a girl or you talk to a girl, right? What happens sometimes is, and I've talked about this before, what happens is sometimes they'll already assume you're just like every other dude. So you'll go up to a chick, and before you say anything out your mouth, she's trying to play you, or she's trying to, like, you know, not talk to you, whatever, and be on some disrespectful shit, right? So if you're on top of your game, and this is why I tell the dudes they gotta practice, because if you practice a lot, you're gonna run into a lot of the same interactions with women. You understand what I'm saying? So, and that's what I noticed as I was coming up in the game. I ran into a lot of the same interactions. What I mean by the same interactions is that you're gonna run into, for example, you're gonna run into women who, when you go up and approach them and try to talk to them, they're gonna act like they, you know, like they're better than you, or they don't want to talk to you. You feel what I'm saying? So what I did was I said, oh, okay, I noticed that girls are doing this. So now I already have a response for that. You feel what I'm saying? And then usually, and what I noticed is that, okay, when I do this response, usually this happens because of this response. Not all the time, but usually this happens. You understand? So I know how to counter that bullshit. So for example, I had, I would have a girl, like I'll go up to a girl, or, you know, I'll be walking, because I live in New York, so I'll be walking down Manhattan, the streets or whatever, and, you know, I might see a chick, and I'll be like, yo, what's good, how you doing? And then she'll give me this look like, nigga, please, whatever, you know, like, stop, why are you trying to holler at me, whatever. And so when I see that happen, I'm like, oh, listen, miss, you know, it's all good. I know that you're not used to having a dude as good looking as me talk to you, but, you know, it's okay, we could talk, right? So then usually that gets a response out of them. But the thing is, I already have that there for that occasion. You feel what I'm saying? Because I know that's going to happen at some point while I'm doing what I'm doing. And 9 times out of 10, when I say that, the girls, they either laugh or they give me this look like, what? They go, what are you talking about? It gets a response, and then that gets me in the conversation. You see what I'm saying? And then, so at that point, I'm already coming from a frame of, look, I know you ain't really never fucked with a dude like me before. You see what I'm saying? And so now it's not me trying to impress her or her thinking she's better than me. I've already told her that she's never been in this situation before. I already told her that, yo, she's never dealt with this. You understand? So anything she was thinking is already dismantled just by that one statement. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's why the game is so important, because the game, what it does is that it shifts the energy if you know how to do it right. You feel what I'm saying? And so, and I'm not saying that it works 100% of the time, but it's something that you can use. But go ahead, what were you saying?
Bro, it's crazy that you brought it up to that point, because I think I heard you say that exact same tip on a video before, right? And I actually had a chance to to use that line, exactly what you just said. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I know you ain't never, you know what I'm saying, talked to a dude like me before. Just relax. That's the way I word it. I said, just relax.
Right.
And she had the disposition, like you said, and everything. Like she was acting like she was better than me. And after I said that, she kind of had like a puppy dog look on her face.
Right.
Like
exactly. Real, like, what I'm saying. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like, real quiet.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying because yo, I'm telling you, when you're able to understand that dynamic, because you gotta understand something. Women will do this type of shit consciously or subconsciously. That's just how they are. It's just a reflex. They're programmed to sort of do that. So when you know how to come back at them, you understand what I'm saying? Then it shows like, oh shit, like I'm dealing with a real ass motherfucker right here. You understand? And that gets their attention. You see what I mean? So it's that type of shit. Because anything that you do out of the norm is going to already increase your value in her eyes. Think about it like this. Imagine if you went into a bar and chilling there with your boys, right? Imagine if a hot chick came up to you and said, hey, what's up? Can I buy you a drink? Right? You'd be like, yeah, hell yeah, what's good? You know what I mean? And just the fact that she did that, it makes her stand out. You probably tell your boys about her. You probably be thinking about her and shit. You understand? After you leave the spot, you probably get her number, be thinking about this chick. You be like, yo, I was at this bar. This chick came up to me. She was like, yo, let me buy you a drink. Like, shorty just came. You understand what I'm saying? Because women don't do that. So it's different. She's coming at you way different. You feel what I'm saying? And so that difference makes the difference. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what it is, man. You know what I mean? So it's real shit, bro. You got, that's what we trying to tell these guys. You know?
With that situation, though, that I had just told you, that was, like, literally the first time I had been in a situation like that. So,
right.
To be honest, that was like a trial and error type thing for me. Like, when I hit her with that, I was expecting for her to come back at me, you know what I'm saying? And get the conversation flowing. But with her being hush mouth and mute mouth, and just basically just, like, looking at me like a sad puppy, you know what I'm saying? I was caught off guard by her not having nothing to say.
Right, and see, and that's
so it's like I could have probably gagged.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and that's why I say it's good to practice, because you want to be able to know how to keep that shit going when it's happening. You see what I mean? Because again, like I tell dudes all the time, you're gonna get so many different. You're gonna get a lot of different responses, but you're gonna get a lot of the same responses even within that difference. So you're gonna get chicks who are gonna say, "Oh, I got a boyfriend." You're gonna get chicks who are gonna like ignore you. You're gonna get chicks who are gonna act real like sassy to you. You're gonna get chicks who are gonna respond real polite. You understand? You're gonna get chicks who are gonna just be on some regular conversation shit. So you know how to come back and forth with whatever they're throwing at you. You feel what I'm saying? And this is what makes your game sharper, because what's going to happen is, I always use the comedian example. Just like when you go to a comedy show, the comedian jokes on somebody in the front row. He didn't write that shit down. That shit just came off the top, just like when a rapper freestyles. The only reason why a rapper can freestyle is because they've been practicing putting rhymes together for years. So in their mind, it's easy for them to put rhymes together because they've been practicing it. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. It's the same thing with the game. The more you practice talking to girls, the better you get at talking to girls. So when they do throw shit at you, or they say this or they say that, you're not even caught off guard, because your shit is just on point. You can just come back, snap back, and that little snap back or that little thing is the difference between you not fucking with her and you fucking with her. Just that little thing. This is why I be telling dudes to take the game seriously. When I say seriously, I'm talking about you have to make sure that you understand what you're doing. Because if you don't understand what you're doing, you're gonna miss out on a whole bunch of shit. You understand? It's like even in business. Like, I've had people talk to me that are business people, and they're like, "Oh, Mr. Locario, you should start doing this, or you should start doing that. You're leaving a lot of money on the table because you don't know that you should do this and make this happen." It's the same way when you're dealing with chicks. A lot of you guys are leaving a lot of pussy on the table because you don't know what you're doing, or you don't know that you could do this or do that. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the thing that is important when it comes to learning the game. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it is, bro. But yo, let me. I gotta get a few more of these calls real quick, cause what happened? Go ahead. What you saying?
Let me squeeze this last one in.
All right, real quick, cause I gotta get some more calls. So go ahead.
I appreciate that. And we was talking about the no fat and shit earlier, bro, and I had did a little bit of research. And what they said on that, actually, I just want to drop this real fast. They said it's the energy levels that you see that helps you interact with women at a better success rate. They said, because when you're masturbating all the time, it takes away from your energy, your motivation.
Right.
You're more likely to be depressed and all that shit. So when you go 2 months without masturbating, you got energy levels up the roof, and you have the motivation to do shit that you
right. Now that actually makes sense. That makes sense. But because the other dude that called in, he was saying that it makes you more attractive. I don't think it technically makes you more attractive. It probably makes you more aggressive or assertive, which in turn could make you more attractive if you are more assertive and aggressive. So that could be it too. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, I definitely see what you're coming from with that. You feel me? But yo, I appreciate you calling in. Again, I'm gonna holler at you later. I gotta get a few more of these calls. All right?
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. I'm listening.
All right, bro. I'm gonna holler at you. Peace. So who we got up in the building? Oh shit, we got Heat and Succeed in the spot. What's going on? What's poppin'? Who's this?
It's Lays. What's up, Hashim Locario?
What up? What's going on, bro?
What's up, man? Yo, I'm not gonna take too long, but I just wanted to, cause you talk about fear, right?
Right.
Yes, cause I hear them calling me shit. So, okay, so cause Nelson Mandela, I just wanted to drop a little game, cause I'm into the whole mindset area, you know.
Right.
So, you know, cause I learned something, and I just want to share it with the guys. Basically, like, you talking about fear messing up your game, right?
Right.
And you know, the thing is, like, the thing that I saw was that niggas are like, they're trying to avoid the feeling of fear.
Right.
You know, like they're trying not to feel this shit. So they'll be like, when they stand in front of a beautiful girl or a sexy ass chick, they be like, you know, hey, like, they be wondering inside of themselves, like, yo, why do I feel like this?
Right.
But nigga, that thing is common. Like, and Nelson Mandela, you know what? It sums it all up. Like, Nelson Mandela, he said something that blew my mind. He said, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. He said, the brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but the one who conquers that fear.
Right.
So, you know, after I saw that, I was like, you know what? My purpose as a man is to face my fears. Like, imagine if every nigga, like, listening to this, told himself, you know what? Every one of my fears, I'ma just face it. I'ma go through it. I'ma feel it, but I'm not gonna let it stop.
Right.
Cause I love playing basketball. I love playing basketball. My favorite player is Kyrie. You feel me? So, you know, I remember watching Kyrie and like, damn, that nigga can move. Like the way the nigga, the spin moves, the dribbling, like, it's crazy. And I remember, like, man, I want to do that. I had a ball and a basketball net outside. All I had to do was pick that up.
Right.
But when I tried to do the moves, I would feel fear. Like there was cause notice, whenever there's fear, there's hesitation.
Right.
So I would be hesitating. But you know what? What did I do? I kept working at it. Kept working at it. I'm telling you, there were times that I just wanted to quit, but I kept working at it. And now I could do about everything Kyrie does, or even better. You feel me? I'm talking about dribbling wise. You feel me? Because Kyrie can, you know. But that's my point. Like this whole fear thing. So what's your take on that?
Nah, I feel you. You always be dropping some good game on here. That's why I let you rock and shit. That's what's up. But no, and that's the thing, because like you said, you know, it's not about trying to like ignore the fear, because even like the other dude, I don't know if you heard earlier, the cat that called and he was talking about the stuttering and stuff, and he was saying that, you know, he was like, how do I get get rid of this stuttering so that I could become better to do this and do that? And like I was saying, it's not about getting rid of anything. You understand what I'm saying? It's about working through it or working with it, because what happens is that when you see through it, right? What happens is that the illusion of what that is disappears. You understand? So the thing is, you see what I mean? So like when you like if you scared to go and approach a girl and you just go do it, or you start approaching, what you start to see is that you start to see there's an outcome to that action. So that outcome could be either she responds to you or she rejects you. But either way, it's not as scary as you thought. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is that it's really about going out there and doing the shit. You feel what I mean? So that's what it is.
Cause I heard Miles say this before. He said, like, to him, like, the level where y'all both at, like, there's no such thing as rejection.
Right.
And you remember that?
Right.
Yeah, and I remember, like, thinking to myself, like, what are y'all talking about? Like, there's no such thing as rejection. And he's talking about there's a level, there's a point where you come and you think to yourself, like, there's no such thing as rejection. Man, Locario, I'm telling you, it dawned on me last week. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, I told myself, even when I'm failing, I'm succeeding. Like, even when I'm failing, I'm succeeding. Like, niggas don't understand. They feel like when I get the girl, that's when I'm succeeding. No, me walk to the girl and telling her you fine, I'm succeeding just by taking the first step. That's what
preach.
That's what these niggas need to understand. Like, like I told, like, if you notice, like to people who want to do stuff like dancing, doing instruments, playing basketball, singing, like anything you want to do that you haven't done before. Like, let's say dancing, for example, right? Dancing, if you notice, if you're not a good dancer and you see somebody dancing, right, you think to yourself, like, damn, like, I want to move like that, right? But if you notice, like, if you're at home just watching the nigga dance, you're never going to become a good dancer if you're not practicing that shit. You have to take the first step.
Real shit.
And when you take the first step, when you take the first step and you start dancing, even though you're not getting the moves, but you're moving your feet, you're dancing to the music, it's awkward. It doesn't feel right. Your body doesn't feel right, but it just does. Man, I'm telling you, that's when you're succeeding. When you're failing, that's when you're succeeding. So,
that shit is some real. Yo, y'all listening to
like
this?
Last week, I was like, shit. Damn.
Y'all listening to this shit?
I was like, it's crazy, Mr. Locario. It's crazy, man.
Yo.
It's crazy.
Yo.
Like, I want every nigga to tell himself, like, even when I'm succeeding. And so whether the girl rejects me or not, like, I'm feeling even confident and good off of taking the first step. So because because I'm about to drop a next game, right? I'm about to drop this, right? And I'm gonna be out, right? Last week, I told myself, like, I'm trying to get deep within this. What's the nigga's name? He didn't succeed.
Oh, he didn't succeed.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's my nigga, But one thing that I noticed, right, is that a lot of his emotions, a lot of his vibe is coming because he's relying on external factors to feel good about himself. And this is where he's messing up. This is where he's really messing up, because you got to think about it. Happiness, you said this before, nothing, no thing can make you happy. Happiness doesn't come from without, it comes from within. Because I heard about Cardi B, because she was ranting on Instagram, and she was like, fuck success, F success. And the nigga was like, what you talking about? And I was thinking to myself, like, yo, she got all that money. She's killing it right now, but she's not feeling happy. And I realized, like, happiness, money, nothing can make you happy. And what I'm really trying to say is external factors won't make you happy.
Right.
Okay? When you start relying on that, when you start relying on the girl to give you a positive reply, when you rely on the girl to make you happy, you become needy. That's where it comes from, because you're relying on the girl to say yes. You're relying on getting the girl. And so when you rely on that, that's when you become needy. Happiness comes from within. It's not external. So that's really why I'm just talking to you. But what's your take on that?
Man, you dropping so much fucking game. It's ridiculous. Yo, this is y'all. Yo, I hope y'all taking notes and hearing what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? Because you said even when I'm failing, I'm succeeding. You understand? That's some deep shit. Because like you said, I totally agree with that. Because like you said, once you're in motion to actually get that success, you're being successful because you're getting to the success. Even though you're not there yet, you're getting there by doing it. You feel what I'm saying? So that's some real shit right there. That's some real shit right there. You understand? Like you said, and another thing I like that you said was, you said that, you know, a person, let's say they want to know how to dance, they'll be looking at the person dancing all day instead of moving their own feet. You feel what I'm saying? And this is why real quick, a lot of people ask me, they're like, yo, Mr. Locario, you know, why you don't be doing no infield videos and going out and hollering at girls in the street and yada yada yada. And I'm like, look, first of all, I'm not a pickup artist. Second of all, the thing is that you already have so many videos like that of people doing that, so you can watch those videos. It's all good, and I think they're entertaining and all the other stuff. But most of that shit is fake anyway. But the point is that watching me talk to a chick really isn't gonna do nothing but really entertain you. You understand? Because all the shit I'm telling you is all the shit that I will be doing while I'm talking to the girl. So it's not about watching me, it's about you moving your feet to go and do it. You feel what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man.
I'm saying, like these niggas need to understand, like you, because we're going to feel fear. We're human beings, all right? It's like Mr. Locario, you're good at, you know, talking to women. I didn't say I didn't say you're good at getting women. I said you're good at talking to women, because you're not gonna get every woman you talk to because of that, you know, many factors. But if you notice, we're going to feel fear. Like if I told you, Mr. Locario, like you rap, right?
Yeah, I used to rap. I don't rap no more though.
Oh yeah, you don't rap no more, but it's still within you. It's kind of like riding a bike, right? Like the first time they tell you to ride a bike, you feel it.
Right, yeah, exactly. You don't forget it. Yeah, like, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But if you keep doing it, it becomes a part of you. It becomes a part of you. And so even if you don't ride a bike for so many years, like you don't rap no more, but it's still in you. So if somebody tells you to spit a verse, you can spit it right now. Right. It's a part of you. So that's really why I called, to let niggas know, like, we're human beings. We're going to feel fear, but as a man, make it your purpose to face the fear and understand that even when I'm losing, quote unquote, because I'm not losing, but even when I'm failing, I'm succeeding, I'm winning. And so when I get the success, it's like man, like I've been happy all day. Like, what you talking about? And that's why, because when I remember when I was leaving the phone, and Miles was like, you know, he was like, if you have sex for the first time, make sure you don't go crazy. And you gave an example about the locker room. When the niggas come in, they need to go out as if they didn't lose or win. It's like, you feel me? Man, so that's so like, guys, change your mindset, man. Change your mindset, man. If you change your mindset and stop relying on anybody for validation, stop relying on people to make you feel happy, the happiness comes from within, man. That's where the confidence comes. That's where the vibe comes, man. It comes from within. Just understand this, man. You're not going to be needy, you know. So I just wanted to help a nigga out, you know. So,
that's what's up, bro. Y'all, appreciate you every time you call in, man. To be dropping that ism. You feel me?
Yeah, appreciate it, Mr.
Definitely,
Locario.
man.
Thank you for bearing with me, because I know I'll be talking long.
Oh, no, it's all good, bro. You dropping that heat. All right, I'm holler at you, man. All right?
All right, man.
All right, peace.
All right.
Yeah, my dude came in with that heat. Shit. Dude said, even when I'm failing, I'm succeeding. I was like, oh, shit. That shit gave me chills. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Yo, what's going on? What's popping? Who's this?
What's up, Mr. Carter? This Corn from Indiana, man. How you doing?
I'm chilling. What's going on with you?
Not much, man. Just want to be brief, man. Just got a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one, like, how would you respond in a situation if you're talking to a girl and she said, "Man, you should. I bet you fuck a lot of girls, this and that. But, you know, you mess around with a lot of girls."
Mm. Oh, if you so
like,
you say,
how would you think about that, or how would you respond to that?
oh, so you're saying if a chick says to you, if she's like, "Oh, you seem like a player," or "You seem like you talk to a lot of chicks," is that what you're asking?
Right, and then.
Right. So
Right.
it all depends. You could. There's usually two ways that I usually come at that, because I hear that shit a lot. Where chicks will say that to me. They should be like, "Oh, you seem like you got it, like whatever," and either I might say, "Hell yeah, I'm talking to a lot of chicks." You understand what I'm saying? Look how fucking awesome I am. Look how sexy I am. I'll say some goofy shit like that, right? Or I might just totally switch the subject. You understand? Because the thing is, sometimes chicks they'll say those things, right? And they don't necessarily they don't necessarily need a response, or they're not even looking for a response. You understand? So it's not even like they're saying it because they actually want a response. They're just saying it just to say it. So you don't even need to really respond to that in a lot of cases. But usually when I do respond to it, I just respond to it in a very like facetious sort of way. Be like, "Hell yeah, I got like 15, 20 girls right now. Like, they can't keep their hands off me. I'm too fucking sexy. What you talking about? That's why you talking to me, because you want a piece of this too." You know, like, so I go in that direction. What I would tell you to not do is don't start copping please talking about, "Oh no, I don't be talking to no girls. What you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? On some like I'm guilty type of shit. Like, don't do none of that. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Because I actually had a girl just do that to me. Man, she's literally the baddest female I've ever seen in person.
Right.
And so she's one of the ones. I was at a little spot, and every dude walked up to her and tried to holler at her. That's how bad she was. And I'm sitting there laughing because I'm like, damn, she got it like that. But at the same time, as soon as they was talking to her, she kind of brushed them off. She was turning around and started hollering at me. So, you know, that kind of made the dudes feel a certain way. So,
right.
You know, I just wanted to see how I would come at that, because she had said that to me. So I was thinking that was a good thing. So I always assume that's a good thing when they say that, because it's kind of like they looking at you like, "Oh, there's something more about you."
Exactly. Right. No, it is a good thing. It is a good thing because they're looking at you like, dude, this dude he got a lot of shit going on, so that makes you more attractive to them. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You feel me?
And now the last thing I wanted to say that what if it was a chick and then her friend or something, y'all were out, and it was just you, and I had nobody with me. So let's say it was just you, and you see two girls, and they bad, and you want to holler at both of them. How would you go about that?
If you see two girls and you by yourself and you want to get at both of them,
right? And you ain't got no friend or wingman or nobody with you, so you kind of feel bad about leaving one of them out.
Well, this is what I would do if you're talking to those two chicks. What I would first do is figure some information out about both of them. You feel what I'm saying? I would, figure out how they know each other. I would try to figure out who has a boyfriend, who's single. You understand? Because the information is going to give you, the tools that you need to really make the move more beneficial. You see what I'm saying? So after I figure out all the situation, then that's when I make my move and make the decision. Because you don't want to holler at both of them, and next you know, this girl is like, her sisters. Or like they're sisters or some shit, or there's some sort of weird relation to them, or they're best friends or whatever it is. So, you know what I'm saying? It might not work out to holler at both, but you could probably holler at one of them depending on the situation that they're in. So let's say one of the girls has a boyfriend or husband and the other girl's single, and you holler at the single chick. You feel what I'm saying? And don't even worry about the other girl, because now, you see what I mean? But the thing is, if they're both single, and you both want to holler at, if you want to holler at them both, what you do is you got to sort of come at them on like a, I don't want to say friendly vibe, but you got to come at them on some, hey, let's be cool together. Let me get y'all information. You get both of their numbers, you get their Instagrams and all that other shit, and then you just holler at them separately. You feel what I'm saying? Like on the back end. You feel what I mean? So you could do it like that too.
Right.
You see what I mean? So that's the type of shit you know you can make happen. So you know, but
man, I appreciate you.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate you calling.
No doubt.
All right, peace. Yeah, man. Y'all usually going in. Y'all be like, I want both of them now. That's what's up. It's crazy. Y'all talking about Miles' son? That's his name now, Miles' son that called up. Oh, man. That's talking about, you want me to spit a verse I wrote? I'm trying to remember these verses, man. I gotta remember. The last time I was rapping was like, shit. Like 2007 or 8. I think it was when I was on I Love New York. Like 2008 or something like that. Shit, I can't even remember these raps, man. You know what I mean? But you could go on I think Dat Piff and type in trends, and you could probably see some of my mixtapes on there or some shit. You feel what I'm saying? But trends with the S, not a Z. TRENDS. And then go on Dat Piff and, you know, find that shit. Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
Yo, what's going on?
What?
Locario, what's going on, my man?
What up? Who's this? Where you from?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, yo, what's
Yeah.
going on, man? This Taylor from GA, man.
What's going on with you?
Man, I called, man. I had to check out the Bad Boy membership show, man.
That's
and
what's
I'm
up.
loving every bit of it.
That's what's up.
I wanted to ask you a question and make a statement about the caller that called in, man, that said even when I'm failing on winning, I said, oh, my Jesus, man, I got to adopt that in my life. That
For
is
real?
so funny to me. I wake up. I wake up, man, and I be feeling like that. I be out here hollering at the chicks too, man, and
Right.
I don't even feel like the rejection piece or any of that other stuff that everybody say that they're feeling when they feel like, you know, they've been turned down. It's just kind of amazing to me that it's 2017 and we have like a lot of guys out here that's just afraid of the basic process of stepping
Right.
up and
Nah, real shit. Real shit. I'm like, you know, it's not as crazy as people expect it to be or think. It's just really, a lot of it is just getting yourself out there. And once you're out there, it's like stage fright. You know, when people get stage fright, but when they're on the stage, it's like, it ain't that bad. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it is for a lot of things in the game.
yeah, and
You know what I mean? It's crazy.
And that's what I've experienced too. And you were telling the truth when you were talking about that, doing it over and over again, develop a certain routine. Because like ever since I was like way younger, man, I would be out there hollering at chicks, and you know, and now I'm on a whole different level. Like I'll pass them my number and keep it moving. Only thing I got to do now is get some cards, man. But I was even telling a guy at my job that I know, I was telling him, I said, man, you're a little too thirsty. Like, let me give you a scenario what happened to me, Locario, and I ain't gonna hold you up too much. I was basically hollering at a chick that came through, right? And basically, you know, I'm so good now, like I can kind of feel the vibe that they not interested, but I'm carrying the conversation. So basically, I know everybody travels with their cell phone, or everybody has a cell phone on them, even their purse or something. So I go to holler at her and I say, yo, you know, we talking. I say, well, look, I tell you what, you know, take my number, hit me up or something like that if you're interested. So she hits me with the, oh, you got something to write it down? I guess what I tell her? I said, well, last I checked, it's 2017, technology advanced.
Right.
I really don't do no writing, but I can recite it for you. You can put it in your phone if you like. Now, let me tell you what the thirsty dude next to me did, man, because he's so lacking in understanding about game and whether a person's interested or not. This dude comes out very quick. She ain't even talking to him. She's talking to me. And I'm playing it like that, like I'm playing it cool. He comes out with the napkin trying to save me, like, you know, pulls out a napkin for somebody to write it on. I'm like, I'm looking at dude, and she's like, yo, your guy is, she guess what she said? She said, yo, your guy is prepared, and you're not prepared.
What?
I said, let me tell you something. I said, I don't write, I recite.
Right.
I said, but you're still more than welcome to, I said, you're still more than welcome to write it yourself. You can waste your time and your energy writing it yourself on there.
Right.
Or you can pull out your phone, in which I know you have, and put it in your phone, or just be a woman about it and tell me that you're not interested, so we can just easily depart.
Right.
So she proceeds to just, you know, and of course I'm not gonna write it if you bullshit my time. I'm gonna make you waste your time and write that shit down.
Right.
So, you know, I give her my little Google number with a fake name or whatever, because I know you bullshitting anyway, and you know, pretty much have her write that down for no reason, because you're not about to have my real name and my real number laying around in some goddamn napkin somewhere.
Right.
Somebody pick up a shit and start calling me. So you know, and what I explained to the dude, he was like, "Man, why you didn't write it?" I said, "Look, man," I said, "That's your problem." We was talking about thirst. I said, "That's a clear indication that she's not interested." I asked him, I said, "What do you think she would have done had she really been interested?"
Right.
He's like, "Well,
right.
you said write a number." I said, "No. If she was interested," I said, "First of all, you're the man, you're the leader. She don't say shit. What she says don't matter. It's what I say, and I ain't trying to be sexist." And then I told him, I said, if she was interested, what this motherfucker would have did was, she would have dug her goddamn fingers down in that goddamn purse, because she dig it in there any other time, I'm sure. And she would have got out her goddamn phone.
Exactly.
And she would have put that number in her phone.
Exactly.
And kept it moving. By you not even reaching in your purse to put my number in your phone, you're basically saying that I'm not even worthy for you to take 2 seconds to dig in your purse and pull out your phone to put my number in.
Real shit.
I don't give a fuck that you feel that way. I'm cool with it. But I have knowledge and I have understanding. You know what I'm saying, about it. So I just know a lot of guys listening to this show would have pulled out that napkin, man.
Right.
Would have got the writing and tap dancing and doing everything else, man. So,
right.
And
real shit.
Let me tell you another story, and I want to get your opinion on this one real quick. I had this little bad chick, man. Like, I met her in at a little store, right? And I hollered at her, you know, when this is the only time I kind of took a woman's number. I usually tell them to take mine, but I was offering it. She was like, "Here, call me." So I did hit her up. Basically, we had a great conversation a few nights ago. But I think she was one of those, I don't know if she was attention whore or trying to play or whatever the fuck, but either way it goes, I didn't entertain the shit. Like, I guess she saw very quickly, I'm not the guy that's going to call me or wonder what happened. So I wanted to get your opinion on this. Like, what do you think is going on with this chick? Like, I haven't interacted with her. I haven't called her and asked her where she at. Like, let's say she may, let's say she probably texts or something, right? Now, I set my own rules. If I already said I'm not the kind of guy that texts, if I say I want you to call, then we get to that later. If you're not doing that, then there's no need for us to talk. You charge to the game.
Right.
So if I say something to her like, hey, you know, if I miss a call and I text her, I say, hey, you know, I'm free this time. Hey, give me a call. We continue. And she say, okay, and she don't. Guess what I don't do? I don't call. I don't ask where she at. I don't do nothing. I just leave it alone.
Right.
And days may go by. We may not communicate, so the person may text me again and say something, and I may text them and say, hey, good to hear from you. You know, I tell you what, give me a call when you're trying to, you know, continue our conversation if you want to meet up.
Right.
Talk to you later. And I do it like that again and follow back again. And don't hit her up, don't reply, I don't do shit with her. And so out of the blue, I think one day, like a few days ago, she called me. I missed her call. I said, well, yeah, I'm in a game plan move myself, so I'm going to miss this motherfucker. So I purposely, you know, ignored it. And I waited, you know, till time went by, and I texted her. I said, hey, I saw I missed your call. It's a pleasure to hear from you. I'll tell you what, give me a call, you know, a little bit later on.
Right.
When you're trying to talk. And I left it at that. I texted and left it at that. She said, okay, you still didn't do it, so how about yesterday, man? I ain't sweat her. I ain't do none of that. I've been with that same routine, that not giving a fuck routine. This chick sent me a picture of her, right? Dressed all nice. Probably, I don't know, do you think she was thinking I was the average thirsty guy? Because she sent me a picture out of the blue. Dressed all nice and sexy.
Right.
And she said, she said something at the bottom of it like, see you soon. And what I said at the bottom, what I did for that was, I just only sent a week. And I think she might have said, see you soon after that. And then what I replied and I said after that was coming to a theater near you. And I left that shit alone. And she texted me back and was like, what is that supposed to mean? Kind of laughing out loud. And I didn't reply. I left it alone. So let me ask you your opinion. Like, you think she was trying to see if I'm one of those average guys, or
now
do you think it's intriguing to her that I'm not the type? Huh?
What it seemed like is, because I like how you on top of your shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're not wavering or anything for these chicks, right? I like that. Now, what I would say though is, I think the reason why she's sending you the picture and all that other shit is because she's trying to get at you, and she's trying to like actually like, you know, see you. But I think you're not, like, what I would say to you is, I think you have to sort of close the deal with the chicks faster. You feel what I'm saying? So that, because she seems like she's interested, because she's actually hitting you up. She's actually responding to you. She called you, you understand, but you missed the call or whatever. So what I would say at this point,
no, but she was bullshitting. Like, no, she was playing games. She was playing games prior to that. Like, what I got a feeling what she's gonna do if I call her, she's gonna purposely ignore it, and she's gonna do some old little goofy shit. So like, I talked to her. I had one conversation with her, and I kind of peeped. I think I might have tried to call her one other time, and she didn't answer. Or it was some bullshit.
Oh, so all that other okay, so yeah, because you left that part out. So what I would say with this chick or any other chick like this, right, is that what you want to do is as soon as possible, or you know when you can make it happen, is try to set something up, and then if they start playing games with that, then you charge into the game. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's really the time when you're gonna see if she's really about it or she's not. Because when you sort of playing the phone tag and you're trying to you're sort of in the middle of it, where you're just sort of like, you know, going back and forth, but nothing's really being set, then it's easy for her to sort of just, you know, be lackadaisical and play games. But if you hit her up and you say, let's say you say, hey, you know, give me a call, and she calls you and you get on the phone, then you say, yo, let's get together this Friday or whatever. You understand? Now, if at that point she's on some, oh, I don't know, can I get back to you? Let me see. I'm not, you know, and she's doing all that stuff, then that's when you got to take note and be like, all right, she's bullshitting right now. You feel what I'm saying? So always gauge her either being an attention whore or not on the basis of you and her getting together. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the thing. That's the thing, because you want to. It's almost like that thing where it's like you want to almost you're almost backing her into a corner, metaphorically. I would say it's almost like now you got to make a decision. Are you fucking with me or not? Now, if she's not, she's gonna be doing all that bullshit. But right now, you haven't really given her the yes or no question yet. You guys are still going back and forth. You see what I mean? So that's why I always.
I kind of did. I think I kind of did within text message. I told her. I think like when she was trying to play that, like I haven't really been interacting with her because my time is valuable, and I don't entertain no type of girly games and foolishness they like to be on or whatever. I'm not like these other guys going to entertain that. So I think I said within a text message, hey, give me a call if you're trying to get up sometime. And she just said okay and didn't ever call for days. So that's part of it that made me believe, okay, well, this person is not trying to actually call when I say, hey, give me a call, and then you out the blue want to call on your own time. But I interpret it as you're calling just because you're bullshitting around now.
Right.
And you're bored. So I'm not going to give you that leeway either with my valuable time. So I dodged all that shit altogether. So what I was saying was, I think like she's looking at the situation that I'm not feeding her ego or whatever it was she probably expected me to feed, and she had that great conversation with me. And I think I might have gave her the speech on the phone and said, you know, I'm not the type of guy to be down for no foolishness. Like I have a first. So when you were on the phone with her, right, and you were telling her that stuff, that's when you should have like set something up. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, she did. Yeah, I asked her. I was trying to set it up, and she actually asked me first. She was like, "Yo, when we gonna see each other?" And I said, "Yo, give me a call back. Let me talk to you tomorrow." And that's when I tried to give her a call the next day so I could set something up. And that's when she started playing the games. I was like, I ain't about to entertain this. I know you. I didn't call her no 2 or 3 times. I only do one time.
Right. And so that's the thing I was gonna say is that that's the thing I was gonna say is that you should and this is why I be telling dudes, you want to make sure that you're setting something up as soon as possible. So instead of saying to her, hit me up tomorrow and we'll set something up while you have her on the phone. You see what I'm saying? You understand the difference?
Oh, okay. That's probably what I should have said.
Right, because what's happening now is that you're prolonging it, and when you prolong it, then it fizzles away. Like think about the game like an ice cream cone. Like when you get the ice cream cone, it's gonna melt if you don't do it now. If you don't eat it now, you understand what I'm saying? Like you want to be able to consume it now, set it now, so that you can make shit happen. So anytime you sort of take a while to sort of get it together, because this is the thing that I always say is that, and this I had to learn this the hard way, because there was times I was doing stuff like that where I had the chick and then I lost it, or I lost her, or I lost the interaction because I was either taking too long, or I wasn't really, you know, closing the deal fast enough. It's almost like anytime you have the attention, that's when you gotta strike. You feel what I'm saying? So once you had her on the phone, don't say, hey, all right, you know, hit me back later so we could set something up. It's like, no, we're setting something up now. So we're going to see each other Friday at 8. And then she's like, all right, cool, I see you at 8 o'clock on Friday. Boom. So now you got it set for Friday at 8. You see what I'm saying? So, or if you say, hey, let's get together Friday at 8. And then if she's actually bullshitting while you're trying to set it up, then that's what you look at. You look at that part, because that's going to tell you the real you know, issue, if she's an actual attention whore or not. Because if you try to set something up and she doesn't want to do it, or she's, you know, going around it, then that means she's an attention whore. It's just like when I talk to chicks online. If I match with a girl on Tinder, what I do is I send her a first message where it's like, yo, you know, what are you doing this weekend? Let's go get a drink, right? And so I start off with us getting together. I don't even do no small talk really, where I'm like, yo, you know, when we gonna get a drink? Let's get a drink or whatever, right? Because I have this little thing that I say, but I don't want to say it out here because I don't want all y'all using it and on Tinder, because, you know, I don't want all y'all putting the shit out there and fucking all right. So
yeah, you know they're gonna recycle it.
Exactly right. So it is something that I say that basically has her having to respond to us getting together. Right? So what happens is either usually the girls respond to that and then we set a date, or what happens is that they'll respond to something else different than what I'm asking them. So when I notice that they are responding to something different than I asked them, that's attention whore territory. Because I didn't ask you about what you're responding to. I'm asking you about, or I'm telling you about this drink, or let's get together. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, is that when you close that deal, when you are setting up the date, right? That's when you're gonna actually see if she's an attention whore or not. Because if she's an attention whore, she's gonna run around it. If she's not, then she's gonna actually set the date. But again, you don't want to do too much to try to get to that point. You want to get to that point while you have her there now. You see what I'm saying? Because anytime you say,
this is what I
go ahead.
I was gonna say, this is what I was thinking about doing. Like, if I, you know, because really I'm turned off by women that play period. But I guess I'd give her one more shot at the throne. I give her a slight shot at the throne again. So this is what I'm thinking about doing. Like, if I her up, I'm gonna hit her with a text. I'm not gonna call her. I'll probably hit her with a text and say something to the effect of, "Hi, I'm back in town and I'm free next Thursday. Are you trying to get out or not?" And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna tell her, say, "Hey, give me a call so you can discuss us getting together Thursday. Talk to you later."
Right.
So would that be cool if I do it like this? I'm thinking about doing it that way.
Right. Yeah, you could definitely do it that way. You couldn't, because all you really need to do is the conversation you and her have should be about y'all getting together. Period. You feel what I'm saying? So if you do that, she responds, then y'all set that up, and then you go see her. You feel what I'm saying? Because now you want to, but if
that way she can't play.
Right, exactly. And if she is playing, that's when you know, okay, she's on some bullshit. I'm good. You feel what I'm saying? Because at this point, you know, especially at this point, she should be ready to actually make a move. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because we had one conversation, and that was it. I ain't been hitting her up. I've been kind of ducking and dodging because I ain't want to give her no time to play. And you know, she's one of them girls. I can tell that by looking at her. And when I met her, she's a very pretty girl, so she probably got a lot of thirsty guys.
Right.
And I'm definitely not trying to be a part of that bunch. So I definitely so when she probably shocked at the fact like, yo, I sent this dude some pictures and you know he just he didn't call me right after it or nothing.
Right.
You know, but I'll probably just throw her all the way off tomorrow and say, hey, I just touched back down. I'm back in town.
Right.
You know, look, I'm free next Thursday. So here's an opportunity. Give me a call and we can discuss us getting together. And I'm going to leave it alone.
Right.
So if she don't call, so can I look at it and say, like, if she doesn't call me that night and she wants to call way on down the line, because to me, I'm still not taking you serious if you're doing all that.
Right. Well, the
so
thing is, she needs to just respond to you and her getting together. Period. You understand? And if she doesn't respond, she doesn't call, she doesn't hit you up.
Okay.
Then you just charge to the game. If she does respond, but she's talking about some other shit, you charge it to the game. All she needs to do is respond to you about actually getting together. Period. Because she might say, oh, I'm not free Thursday, and then you be like, all right, cool. My schedule, I'm checking my schedule. I could do Friday or I could do Sunday. What, you free that day, whatever. Then all you need to be discussing is getting together. You see what I'm saying? And that's it. You see what I mean? And then you actually get together. Everything else, don't even worry about all that, because all that other stuff is just gonna leave her room to just sort of lollygag and be on some other shit. Because the thing is, women need direction. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to be the director of the situation. You see what I mean? And so you got to make sure you're directing her to meet up with you, and that's really all it is. You see what I mean?
Okay, I appreciate that, man. Like I said, I'm definitely proud of myself for handling it the way I handled it, man. Because I know, like I said, she probably like, damn, where this dude come from? Like,
right.
he was already well put together when I met him,
right?
And he really ain't bullshitting. This dude ain't sweating me if I don't get on it,
right?
You know, and do you think that's what kind of made her hit me back up, because she noticed I ain't sweating her or calling her like I didn't give a fuck?
Well,
like,
yeah, that's part of it. I mean, that's part of it, because again, it's the uncertainty. I talked about this earlier. That uncertainty is part of what keeps women interested, and the fact that you're very on point with how you're putting stuff together, you understand, that gives her that uncertainty, because now she's like, you know, I'm not too sure where this guy's coming from, if he likes me, if he doesn't, I'm not, you understand what I'm saying? So that uncertainty keeps her intrigued, which kept her, you know, going on. You understand? So that's all it is. You feel me? But yo, listen, I'm about to head up out of here, because it's like fucking almost 2 a.m. and shit over here. So you know, but I appreciate your call, bro. All right?
All right, man. I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna get it one more try.
All right, bro. All right, man. Keep me posted.
All right.
All right. Peace. All right, man. Shit, it is almost 1:45. So listen, I gotta get up out of here, and I got some other stuff I gotta finish real quick. But remember, guys, make sure you go to MrLocario.com. Get this book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. You get it. I will autograph it. So you will get an autographed copy of this book. Make sure you get a copy. We got a few more left. I got to actually, you know, get more copies soon. And also make sure you guys sign up for the 30-minute game sessions. Make sure you click the link below. I'm going to have the link there. Make sure you sign up for the 30-minute game sessions, because you get one-on-one private coaching with me. And we record it, and you get to keep the recording for yourself so you can listen back to it. Also, last thing, make sure you guys... actually, it's not the last thing, but make sure you guys go to Patreon to subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. Locario. Make sure you jump on that to listen to the Bad Boy Show, plus the other exclusive joints on the Patreon. And also make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com to join the membership. So I'm actually coming out with a new one for October, which is called Easy Attraction. Okay, and so this one I'm going to be talking about different things that you can do to make the game easier for you. So, you know, I always talk about you got to put in a lot of work to get chicks, which is true. But what I'm going to do in this one is I'm going to talk about the few things you can do that is not as much work to do, so you can get girls. You feel what I'm saying? So that's going to be next on the Bad Boy membership. So make sure you join the Bad Boy membership. And I'm thinking about, on the Patreon, I'm thinking about putting like the Bad Boy seminar and my How to Pick Up and Date Multiple Women seminar on there, so you guys can watch that if you join the Patreon. I'm probably going to make it like a $50 joint though. So, you know, it's not going to be cheap for that one. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm going to be back on Friday. So Friday afternoon. Make sure you tune in. Let me shout out to all the people up in the place. My dude Sticky E Trolling up in here. Shout out to him. JJ Reddick, Dan Miola was popping. Dave Kwan, Gerara, my dude Gerara in the place. Kenwood Drive, Roy Williams, Raul B. Who else? Donovan Brewer, Jay. Who else we had up in here? Kobe, Jason. We had, who's this other? Kid Pump, Chum Weinzer. I know I'm fucking up all your names and shit. My bad, my bad. My dude Garen Peters, Jason Green, Who else we had up in here? Chris Martinez up in the building. Storm Kenshin. What's up? We had I'ma Take Your Hoe up in the spot. That's a funny screen name. Doctrine 1000. K.I. Kid R. Mac Anthony. There, we had a lot of people. I'm shocked all you guys were just chilling this late. You feel me? Who else we had up in here? Had a lot of people up in the spot. We had, who else I didn't get? I want to make sure I got everybody up in here. I think I got everybody up in here. KYOK86. So I want to thank all you guys for tuning in. Make sure you check me on Friday, 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. We're going to make it happen again. And I'll holler at you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.